Esther the Poor Orphan and the Ring. Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived a poor orphan girl named Esther. She had known much sorrow, for her father had died when she was very small, and her mother, who had been her only comfort, grew sickly. On her mother's deathbed, she called little Esther close and pressed into her hand a golden ring. "My child," her mother whispered weakly, "take this ring to the goldsmith in the market. Sell it, and with the money, go to your grandmother who lives in a faraway town. She will care for you when I am gone." Tears blurred Esther's eyes, but she nodded, holding the ring tightly. 2 days later, her mother passed away. With trembling steps and a broken heart, Esther set out for the village market to sell the ring. But on the way, as she crossed a narrow path by a rushing stream, her foot caught on a rock. She stumbled, and the precious ring slipped from her grasp, bouncing into the water. "No!" she cried, plunging her little hands into the stream. She searched and searched, her tears mixing with the current, but the ring was gone. She wailed bitterly, for she had lost the last hope her mother had given her. Days turned into weeks, and life grew harder for the poor orphan. With no ring, no money, and no family nearby, Esther wandered the village streets. Many nights she went to bed hungry, curling up on cold stone steps or beneath trees. Sometimes she searched through rubbish bins for scraps, but often she found nothing. At the marketplace, when she begged for a morsel of food, people chased her away with sticks and stones. Children mocked her, shouting cruel names. Bruised and heartbroken, she often hid away, crying for her mother. One afternoon, when her hunger was too much to bear, she came upon a woman in the park. The woman was plump and richly dressed, and she was having a picnic with her children. From a big loaf of bread, she tore slices for her son and daughter. Esther's stomach ached. She did not dare beg, she only lingered at a distance, hoping when they were done, they might leave a crumb or two. When the woman and her children rose to leave, Esther hurried to the spot. She bent down toward a slice of bread left behind. But suddenly, the woman turned back. With a cruel laugh, she snatched the slice from Esther, threw it to the ground, and crushed it beneath her heel. Her children clapped and laughed at their mother's spite. A great sob broke from Esther's chest. Tears streamed down her face as she stumbled into the forest, her heart aching with loneliness. There, beneath a shrub beside a small stream, she curled herself up, shivering in the evening rain. "Oh, Mama," she wept, "why did you leave me? Please, God, help me." Her sobs grew softer as sleep overtook her. That night, as the stars shone brightly above, an angel appeared. With gentle hands, the angel brushed Esther's wet hair and smiled tenderly. She lit a small fire to keep her warm and placed a large fish into the stream nearby. Then she vanished into the night. When morning came, Esther awoke to the warmth of the fire. Her eyes widened when she spotted the great fish in the stream. Joy leapt in her heart. She caught the fish, roasted it over the fire, and ate eagerly. But as she bit into the tender flesh, she felt something hard against her teeth. Curious, she pulled it from her mouth, and gasped. It was the golden ring. Her mother's ring. Esther's eyes filled with tears of joy. She clasped the ring to her chest, whispering, "Thank you, Lord. Thank you for answering my prayer." Without delay, she ran to the goldsmith. He bought the ring and gave her enough money for her journey. Esther boarded a bus to her grandmother's faraway town. When her grandmother saw her, she cried out in happiness, gathering the girl into her arms. From that day on, Esther's suffering ended. She grew up surrounded by love, warmth, and care, never again to wander hungry and alone. And so, Esther and her grandmother lived happily ever after. This story teaches us that though life may be filled with trials, disappointments, and delays, God always has a way of restoring what is lost. What seems impossible to recover or make good again can be restored in the most miraculous way, and with faith and patience, we will find ourselves in a place of peace, joy, and fulfillment. The end. Please like, share, and subscribe.